Well, it's a hot one today. It's going to be an interesting evening. As stated for yesterday evening, Ryan and Lucas are supposed to be here this evening. I know Ryan showed up later than he originally thought, and Lucas didn't show up at all. He was busy until 9:30 last night. But we're hoping that they both show up today, and as much as we hate division in today's world, we're going to have to divide and conquer. Lucas is going to try to wrap up the back metal roof, that last extension or last roof that we constructed, get it covered in metal. I'm going to try to get the entire second floor of the addition electrified and all that in place. I did find out last night that the double switch box that I purchased was the wrong one. Obviously, I didn't pay attention that day. It's too deep for the ICF walls. So I do have to figure that out. I will run those wires out of the hole in the ICF and be ready for my box, but I won't be able to get that installed today. And I wanted to comment to a commentor in my comment section. He stated, your castle is too close to the water, you're going to have problems. Well, that is about 50 yards, 150 feet away from the Ohio River. That sign right there, the base of it is the 100-year floodplain. So 1936, for example, was probably at the base of that cottonwood tree or in between the cottonwood tree base and the base of that sign. So a 100-year flood, just so everyone knows, I wanted to show this firsthand on video. I did respond to his comment, but the base of that sign to this gravel road is roughly 15 to 20 feet in elevation change. That is a decent hillside there that's pretty darn steep. So not only do we have capacity because of a steep hillside in distance, but we also have elevation that is in our favor. So realistically, I think what it would take to get to the base of this castle is like a 200-year flood. And I don't know if we're a year away from a 200-year flood or if we're 200 years away from a 200-year flood. But I don't want to jinx myself, but I'm not concerned like others may be about this castle flooding. Will the road in front of me flood? Absolutely. It actually floods right up the road here, and it floods that way towards the intersection where the marina is. So could you get stranded here? Yes, if you didn't have a boat. However, the Cannelton locks and dams are a mile and a half down the river. It's not that far. They project the forecast of water elevations, water levels, whatever you want to call it, daily. So if a person was to be here, as long as they paid attention to the Cannelton locks and dams and they understood flood stage, which here is essentially 40 feet, that 40 feet flood stage, which we just had last week, did not get over that grassy bank all the way down there by the river. So, like I said, I have minimal concern, but I wanted to point that out on video. And you guys know what the thoughts are for this evening. Divide and conquer. I'm going to try to get the electrical done. Ryan's going to try to get the wall framed up, the bathroom walls framed up, because my plumber's coming back tomorrow. Hopefully he'll get all that plumbed in. Also, my HVAC guys are going to be here tomorrow. So if we can get these things wrapped up, get the HVAC guys here. I'm still waiting on the 80-foot man lift because of the ramp I created back here. I can no longer reach the ICF windows and or the gable end with this small lift without doing a whole lot of rock backfilling. So we're waiting on the large man lift to be able to finish up the siding on the addition, install the 3 windows. But if the HVAC guys show up and the plumber gets his stuff done, we're essentially ready for drywall once the windows are installed. So let's go get some electrical installed. And once the boys show up, I may hand you to them for a little bit, may keep you with me. It's just going to be a multiple things going on at one time type of video. Well, you guys didn't get to see some of this, but yesterday evening I got all the outlet boxes cut and cleaned out, ready to accept an outlet box. You guys watched me get past the steps with the auger slash grinder. We got over, we got the box out. I'm gonna explain this here in just a second. Got over, got all these outlet boxes opened up and cleaned out. So what we're down to now is getting a new wire out of that outlet right there that you see between the boards, up and over, and drop wires in each one of these outlet boxes, and then come over and get up to our switch box, which will be our hot. We'll pigtail off of that hot leg to continue on over to our other outlets, but we'll also use that hot leg for our two switches that are going to be here. Again, one for the steps lights and one for the bedroom lights. But normally I would not put an outlet box or a switch box where a stud is. Did I have to here? No. Do you have to put these where the studs are? Absolutely not. But I did this to show you guys, just in case you had a location, man, I can't get around the stud. And I say that because here, off the edge of the stud. Here, off the edge of the stud. Even though my center of my wall is right on a stud, what is 1 inch gonna kill me with aesthetics if that outlet box is an inch off center? Which I guess if you go to the center of the box, it'd be 2 inches off center. Again, over here, right off the edge of the stud. So hitting in between the studs, this being the stud locations for Superform, it states Superform, that are the stud locations. This is what that looks like inside the wall. You can see where there, here is where the webbing goes through the concrete. The other thing I like about putting the outlet boxes in is you confirm a whole bunch of times that your concrete compaction was exceptionally well. I mean, that is some tight concrete. But I did this in case you guys ever ended up in a situation where you had to put the outlet or the switch box or whatever you're putting in inside of the ICF foam and you had to land on a stud. So I did the exact same process. I cut that with the grinder. You guys saw me do that. I broke the foam out of there with just a simple hand tool. Honestly, this is for a hammer drill. But I gotta get this out of here because you can't put the box in there. And this is that box that's too deep that I was telling you guys about. It's actually 3 1/4 inches deep instead of 2 3/4. That's not gonna go in there because of that plastic stud. It's not a problem. You've already cut through the stud. That's why it's loose. Could I just break this off and leave that tab in the back? Yeah. However, it's gonna make your box too deep for your 1/2 inch drywall thickness. So I just take that same tool. This could honestly be a screwdriver, and I get it in behind it. I probably shouldn't be beating on the SDS portion of my chisel bit here. But now you can see I broke that stud off of its connection point that goes to the other side of the wall. And now I am left with the top portion of the stud. So I take my little multi-tool and I get in here, try to stay off the concrete because that'll dull your blade, but lightly cut that piece off. And now that stud that was in your way is no longer in your way. And your box will go all the way back to the concrete now, and be, if you have the right box, that is, so that you can get your drywall on there. I wanted to show you guys that specifically. I've got to get my wire up here, and I'm going to show you guys how we put this wire in our slots that we cut. Get our little 45-degree chamfer pulled out of there so our wire flows well over and around. Grab your wire, like someone explained to me, only open up one side, Matt, when it doesn't have a spool. And when you grab that wire out of the center, wherever that is, it comes out of there really nicely. And it doesn't just go. So, thank you guys for those comments because you're teaching me. I've done this stuff before, but not professionally and not all the time. So, when it's from 2008 to 2024, before you do the same thing you did in 2008, whew, you sure do probably forget some things. Get your wire, a little crook on the end of it here so you can get it in the back of your box. If it stays crooked for you, that is. Feed it in that slot that I made extra wide because if you remember from that video, I think I videoed that, maybe not, I don't remember. They're all running together now. Get your extra wire out of there. Then you just take your wire, you shove it in the crack, and And you just kind of straighten it out as you go because your coil is going to make it interesting for you. Make sure you got your pliers in your back pocket so when you get to your next outlet box, you can cut it off. And this is, again, it's no different wire length-wise than if you're wiring up through a stud wall. The only difference is you're shoving your wire in your styrofoam. You get it in there, cut your wire so that you got your extra. And then whenever, uh-oh, someone's here. And then whenever you just take off again, but before you take off again, I always like to take carpenter's pencil and just shove it all the way to the back side of the groove you make. And it doesn't matter if you make that groove with a multi-tool, chainsaw, or a grinder like I did with 3 cutoff wheels stacked together. But when you shove it all the way to the back side, that's where your crack, if you will, it just gets a little thinner. And it holds it in there nice and tight. It's not going to come out of there, and your drywall spans right over top of it.
Who are you talking to?
My people!
Oh, people!
Ryan's here, and I can't say blister because for what he's going to work on, I didn't start that yet. So you're just Ryan today. Say hi, Ryan.
Good. Hello, friends.
What you out of breath for? You asked me that last night, didn't you?
Because there's stairs and I'm chunky.
On the stairs part.
Yeah, stairs, yes.
So Ryan, as I stated earlier, I told him, as much as we all hate division in today's world, the 3 of us are gonna divide and conquer tonight.
No!
Yes, you're gonna frame up a wall.
It's because I'm tall, isn't it?
Yes.
Dang.
You don't even need a ladder, ever.
I probably do need a ladder.
I don't know about the one you got.
You held up on it just fine.
I did.
But I've also...
And that was not a fat joke either.
No.
But if I can get this room electrified and the light base is in, and maybe the lights installed, which would be a far stretch, but if I could get that done, it sure would be awesome if you got the wall framed up and Lucas got all the metal on that roof that they can see right there.
If he ever gets here, goodness.
Yeah, he was on the other side of Perry Central. I know where he was leaving from, so he ain't gonna be long.
Well, I came from downtown Evansville.
Well, yeah, but you left an hour ago.
Hour and a half ago.
Yeah. So anyway, you guys know what Ryan's gonna be doing. I'll probably hand you to him for a little bit after a while because you're gonna get tired of watching me run wire, but we're gonna do that same process. Difference being we're not gonna feed it in a box because we don't have boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more times. And then I gotta figure out, I drew some rough potentials because my light, I'm not gonna have any lights in this cathedral because that light is gonna give us light over the cathedral. So I'm gonna have probably 4 lights in this room, and I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna cut my groove up to that seam, over, and then once I get to this point, get up into that rafter cavity, assuming a light's gonna be in this cavity. But if the light ends up over here in this cavity, this is the cavity we'll come up into. And then that light will daisy chain to that light, will daisy chain to that light, will daisy chain to that light. So, how many lights should I put in here,
4.
Ryan? Do you think 4 as well? I think so too.
1 right there.
1 here.
1 back here.
3 studs out back there though, right?
Yeah.
3 cavities, that's what I was thinking too.
Cavity right here.
Yep, I agree.
And the second cavity there.
Hey look, that one even has number 3 on it.
Where? Yeah, 3, yes. So do that one?
Which would be, oh, this is number 1 again.
Cool, so that one. So 1.
I don't know, should we go 3rd one over again?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, because you leave a dark spot by the end of the steps.
Okay, so we're gonna go 2, 3rd, 3rd, 2.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
All right, now that will light up this room pretty good because I've got these 5K lights. Juno is the brand of them.
Did you know them?
Juno.
What you say?
What you say? All right, we're gonna get back doing some wiring. When Ryan gets into the intricate framing, we'll probably hand you to him because there's like 5 studs that are needed.
Yeah, such intricate framing.
But Plumber Todd said we have to cut the triangle for the subfloor that we left out for him. Not that it needs to be installed, it needs to be able to be slid in place in case his flange ends up in it. So we can't forget that. And I see a nice triangular piece right there of scrap. All right,
That dude.
I'll be back to do some more wiring. That was a lot of talking, but it was comical too. So even if you don't enjoy it, I
It's
don't care.
because you're funny looking too.
Especially that guy.
All right.
Especially that guy.
Yeah, well, only on this side. I'm pretty over here.
Yeah. You know, who came up with that joke originally? Do you remember?
What?
The joke that you just stated. There was a stand-up, was it Robin Williams?
No, it was before him.
Because he'd always cut people down about looks too. But what I was going to tell you was, you should probably not quit your day job.
Don Rickles.
Yes, he did it as well. But most of those comedians in today's world, they blaze people pretty hard.
No.
All right, we'll be right back. I got to get a couple of more tools rounded up so that I can install. I forgot my hammer drill, so I got to go get that. Hey, you do actually show up.
We were getting ready to send out the dogs. I called a couple houndsmen. They said they've already got your scent.
And I called drone recovery because they've got thermal drones, and we were just, you know, where's Lucas? Where's Lucas?
I was gonna call your mom, but I didn't want to get you in trouble.
So we called your girlfriend. You're still in trouble.
Sounds about right.
Since Lucas finally showed up, we had to give him some crap. Just a little commentary for you guys. I'm gonna get back to wiring.
Before he did today.
Yeah, I know, right? And Ryan's gonna go start doing some framing when he gets into interesting stuff. No, I gotta run that wire yet. That's what I'm trying to get done so we can get rid of the health risk over here.
Dangerdus.
When you get to something intricate, holler at me and I'll bring you the camera, please.
There's nothing intricate.
You don't think the double angle cuts that you're gonna have to do on the top of those studs.
What double angle cuts?
Those top plates run two directions there, homeboy.
We just did that last night. I don't think I remember that. Let me look at it first.
Exactly.
Stop yelling at me.
That's why I said, go get going.
One feeling left. This many.
I'll smash it before the end of the night there, buddy, just for you. I'll be your hucklebearer.
Huckleberry.
You know how everybody always says, I'll be your huckleberry? That is so incorrect.
Yeah.
What is a hucklebearer? I know you know this answer.
A huckleberry is a pallbearer.
And there's how many?
6.
There you go.
That's
So
why
the
he's
proper
named.
term,
Who cares about a circle? All you need is 6 people to carry you to your grave.
that's right. I am your hucklebearer
That's right.
for your last filling. All right, we're gonna get back to running some wires. That's enough goofing off.
So, Matt told me to come up here and show you guys what I've got going so far. Got part of the wall done.
Oh.
Funky. But now it's going to be the real fancy side of essentially double miters up here. But we're not going to do it with the miter saw, we're going to do it with a skill saw. But I'm going to follow Matt back downstairs because he's got some things to show you guys
You
downstairs.
can keep them if you want.
Well, I'll
And
get all my
actually,
angles
Ryan-
figured out and then I'll come back and get them.
You could, in my opinion, put your header in, and then all of your double angle cuts would only be for cripples. How smart would that be? Uh-huh. You know I'm right.
Yes, I do know you're right. That's
Now
very interesting.
simplify your job.
I would. That'd make short angles.
Yes.
And I've got all these little off-balls.
Yes.
Hey. Matt's thinking on some stuff
This
here.
isn't
so.
just a hat rack, my friend.
It's kind of ugly hat rack anyway.
It's
I'm
the
just
most
kidding.
pretty one you've ever
He is
seen.
one handsome fool, let me tell you. All right,
That looks great, though.
that baby right there. Good.
For being a non-supportive false wall.
Yeah, for being a non-supportive false wall, it's rather supportive. Just holler when.
Keep them a little longer there, little buddy.
Yeah, holler when you want your peoples back.
I will.
So what Matt was suggesting is that, oh, I hope that's not leaving a glare. That light over there has got me worried. Anyways, what Matt was suggesting is that I go ahead and set my header from here to there at maybe 85 inches. I'm gonna do that. We're gonna set that header from the corner to the corner, then I'll just have little cripple studs on top. And these will all be straight cuts below. Yeah. Yes, we are going to do that. Because it's a non-sportive wall, we don't really have to have anything going on it. But then I can get some more stuff done. And you guys aren't being bored to death with my incessant silliness. So I'm marking 81.5, which is a little bit larger than absolutely necessary on our door, but I always try to go about a 1/2 inch extra because you don't know the thickness of your final floor covering, and you don't want to have to be adjusting your door and taking your door off and cutting the bottom of it off after you're finished. So there is our point. On that side, we'll come up our 81.5 on this side as well. You guys are running in the back there. And that piece is going to be 50 inches. I got a piece over here that's going to do 50. That would really be handy. I'm still going to have to do a compound miter on the end of my header there, but that's not the issue really. I'm going to cut it off square at 50 and see where I land. And I don't know what Matt's burning down there, but woo, geez. Change. Ooh. I can figure out my angle. I've already got the outside edge marked. And like that's the outside. Then we come back in here. I don't know about 13 to see what we feel about that. 13 point of 13 to our edge here, 48 7/8, so 50, and we're going to double check our angle. It is right about 18 degrees. And I already figured out my double miter at the top is a 35. Crank that around. So 35 degrees. Cut that dude off. See how we like it. That was my short point. Okay, I need to transfer that across. But it looks like we're going to be very close on those angles. I may have to take just a little bit more off of my angle on the back. Now, I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but I'm trying to judge what I need to take off here. Yeah, I need to transfer to that. That should have been my long point. Okay. Now I see what I did. Darn it. So now, because I messed up that cut, I take the two short points, which actually should have been my long points, squares them around. Go ahead and set it back to my 18 degree, which is right on it. And I'm going to bump that angle cut. I'm going to bump that bevel up closer to a 55, I believe. All this little cordless saw will do is a 50. Need an extra hand. Or a tail, that's what I want. I want a tail. Then I can just hold everything and not worry about it. Come on, baby, you can do it. Very long cut. As you can see, my saw is way over there. And now let's see how close I got to our actual mark this time. Much closer, but not quite. Much closer, but still not quite there. And I don't know that I'm going to be able to do this that way. And this is a non-supporting wall. Technically, I don't have to even cut these that way. But it just looks so much nicer if I do. I'm going to take that around farther and see if that will help me. My length is very close. What I'm going to do is take some off the heel of my cut and try to get that 55 through there again, 50 degree through there. Once again, I think I'm bottomed all the way out. Yeah, that is as much angle as I can put on this saw. It is 50 degrees. Matt, you busy?
What, bud?
Are you busy?
No, I just got to a point where I'm going to go wire we need.
I need an extra hand.
Here it comes. Don't make fun of me. I have white chunky stuff all over me.
Snowing down there, huh?
Yeah. Had to drill holes in the styrofoam. What you need, brother?
Hold on to that board.
I got it.
This saw does
Wowzers.
not like 50 degree angles.
No, it does not.
It
I've
is.
proven that also.
Maxed all the way out. You got it.
I'll give you some up here.
You got a little schmutz on you there, buddy.
That spade bit will flat throw some EPS, man.
Yes, they will.
Woo!
Nice.
Is that all you know? Oh, that's a nice cut, man.
Not quite there.
Oh, it's a little short.
No. I'm trying to get.
Oh, shoot.
Will you hold that on?
My people, he's blocking my people. Yes, I'll hold it on. Which side do we go? Gotcha.
Yeah, see, and that kicks me way off over here. And the angle actually meets down there, but I can't, we don't have anything that'll cut more than a 50 degree angle. And I don't want to drag that miter saw up here because this is not a load bearing wall.
Drag that miter saw up here. It's right down there. Just
No.
plug it into the extension cord.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to drag it. This is not a load bearing wall. It's just a curtain wall.
Well, I understand that, but what's your concern by just?
Because doing that, I'm gonna have to angle cut all my studs here.
Or
I just
this angle's off.
Yeah, or I just toenail it there at the angle being off. Maybe drop a shim in there so it doesn't like to roll on me.
That's a pretty big shim. I don't think it's your 50 degree more so than it is your non-square cut. I think it's you're off on both is why it seems so bad.
Yeah. But that's all I can cut with what I have up here.
Okay, Ryan,
it is just a curtain wall is what I keep telling myself.
can I simplify this for you again?
You can try.
It doesn't matter if we stack 2x4s all the way out there. Run straight 2x4s up and now you're a straight cut. Just put an extra 2x4 where you need it to land to where it gets past your 1.5 up from that mark. And now it's square. And this 2x4 holds that board. Throw an extra jack stud underneath of it and we're 100% good.
Talk me into it.
I like the KISS program. Keep it simple, stupid. That double angle, knowing we can't cut more than a 50 is an impossible cut for us with the saw we have. So simplify. It's one and a partial of a 2x4.
I might go ahead and add.
And if you want to use your offcuts to stack together the jack stud, what's it matter?
I was going to go ahead and add those in there for drywall nailers and whatnot, which I'm going to have a hard time doing anyways. But
Correct. So just make sure you get to the point of which that board is a square cut to a square cut. It doesn't matter when a 2x4 lands, as long as it doesn't land on that or that. Anywhere in between is acceptable, right?
And that'll help us with our chase for the.
And it'll actually give you a nailer for the chase that we're going to close off that corner with, yes.
Okay. We're doing that. Is that okay with you guys? Good. What kind of battery y'all got?
Enough for me to explain it to them, up close and personal.
So, basically what Matt is telling me to do.
You all saw what Ryan tried to do. Double cut the angle to make that land and a square cut on this side.
Now we're going to cut 79.25 instead.
Which would be your first one, but that you may need a second one on it to get out far enough.
And that's just nailing into the wall. I'm just going to
Correct.
screw it into the wall. So
You screw it here, all the way down, and you can screw it into this. Oops, sorry guys. Screw it
Make
here
that shorter.
and not worry about screwing it in there.
Yeah, we can make that shorter, even just come to the bottom side of that. I was going to go 78 3/8.
Okay,
And it will touch there.
sounds great. Yeah, it's not gonna touch over here because that board sets at an angle. But get rid of that funky angle crap. And then all we have to do when we face this with our product is make sure if we get a nail on this back side, which is further back than the front side, that we don't pull our finished product in too far.
Yeah, I just have to make sure we nail that bottom edge.
Correct. And it's gonna be a very small piece of drywall, so that should be easily accomplished.
Because this edge is actually our plane.
Correct.
Wall.
Yeah, not that one, this one. You good?
Yeah, 78 3/8. Go show them what you're doing real quick.
They already know what I'm doing. I'm just cutting more slots in ICF and running wire. And then I'm gonna slam in the fixture bases for the lights. And then, I mean, it's 9 o'clock now, so it's late. Yeah.
Why do we do this?
So we're used to the sun setting at like 6. Well, spring sprung and summer's coming, so now it gets dark late.
Summer's coming and climate change.
And we, excuse me, and we had a visitor that held us up just a little bit, but it was a worthy conversation.
But she was super sweet.
We had ice cream delivered to us, so we're not going to complain about that. Sometimes we get nice surprises. Safety third.
Joking, it didn't even touch me.
I know, I noticed, but they might not have. Oh yeah, definitely got to have a second.
It's gonna go in right there, like that. Screw this baby up there.
Definitely got to have a second board, ain't you? Maybe even a third.
Yeah, I'll probably just take some.
You've
of
got
my-
enough studs for it.
Yeah,
so.
I'll probably take some of my little junky cuts, build that out. You know, put one there, one there, one there. Build it out an extra, and then run another one out here, and then I'll be plenty good.
I like it. Sounds good, buddy.
Have fun drilling holes.
Hey,
What?
even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Yeah. So that's why it helps to have multiple brains thinking about it, because I was quite literally overcomplicating what we needed done. So now I can take that with a couple of these short off-hole cuts. I'm getting away with just 2 of them because they're extra long. We'll take this and drop it right there. Flushed out, and then we'll skin this layer with an additional layer. For professional, semi-professionals, people that are watching along, we're basically just building like a wall lead. Building it out to, or not a wall lead, a corner, sorry. So that we're building it out an extra 4.5 inches right here so that I can just do square cuts. To be completely honest, my brain hurts today. And now, to our short point, we need to run 80 inches. Another square cut. I know, I keep stepping over here out of frame. I'm just cutting boards. Nothing to see here. Matt, you got another battery close?
Come again?
Battery.
Yes. How many need?
Just the one for the saw.
Okay.
And now we should be very flat.
Tell me the opening, please.
One moment, I gotta get this board stuck while I got a hell of a place.
Hear what I said?
Uh-huh.
Now I'm holding up $1. Ah! There you go,
Oh,
sir.
covered in hot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Time holding up $1. You hear what I have to deal with around here? I tell you. He did say that he was going to stomp all over my feeling tonight. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Copper toenails in the bottom, toe screws, whatever you want to call them. All the same price. Now then, we can take our overly complicated header and come in like so. That's actually very close to where we need to be. Let's check it. That is just a little high. Okay, so if I can cut that off, let's do that. That will bump me back in there far enough. eventually gonna get us where I need to take another 1/2 inch off of my length. Now, time for the toenails. This side isn't going to be the toenails though. This side's just going to be squares. End nailing, screwing, whatever you want to call it. And we made a California corner on this back side because why not? Once again, not structural, simply, very simply, a curtain wall so they don't see you in the john, on the loo, whatever you want to call it. I know we have some people from across the pond. That side needs to come up. I need to bob that back corner off. There's your ones cut 40 times. Take it on.
We can't forget the OSB triangle.
I know, I'm getting ready to holler some dimensions at you, I think.
Okay, let me get this wire tucked in here.
I believe. Close. Oh, a little more off there. There you have it. It's going to be it, I believe. Anything called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart. Bye, Jiminy. That's it, my cricket. Around here, tickets. Jumped on there. I believe in a thing called love. Marvelous. I think that's good. Honestly, we could just add some flat nailers in that and give us some place for our face units. What they call that? Wood unit for our mini split. Alright, then I need 4 studs. Should need 4 studs, which I'm going to double check both sides as well. 4 studs at 79 7/8. What does this side look like? Man, that is nice. Let's just hope I have enough of it. And we're back. I got 4 studs to install. They're already cut. Gotta get some marks made across here. Ready to go. 5 3/4 set it back. I believe that's 35 inches. 34 inches. I don't know, 34 inches. Because it's a 32-inch door. 4 inches. Alright. As easy as ABC 1, 2, 3. Square cuts. For once. Trying to hurry along because I know you guys are running low on batteries and we are running low on time tonight, and we still have to get that cut for Plumber Todd tomorrow. A bit of a bow in this, so we're going to adjust that right now. Have that. 2 toenails at the bottom. Same thing on this side. Stand still, please. Because of our funky angles at the top, we're going to toenail this and then quick strip. Let's go right out, right? Big dummy. Let's do this other side first. There we go. That started so it won't move on me. Yeah. And the hot one, that's more better. On the bottom here. And repeat the process on the next one. Little bowage in this one too. We'll drop the nail in, or screw, whatever you want to call it. 2 of these. For me. Right, there you have it. Now I have to come back next time and fill in above because we have compound miters to make that all sit in here good and square. But I'll be pulling 16-inch centers off of this outside edge. So I'll probably only have 2, maybe 3 studs in there. But we'll get that compound miter up above there. Flat cuts on the bottom. But now I have to get this little piece measured out and cut back there for Plumber Todd. And here is our piece ready to install for Plumber Todd. All he's got to do is nail it down. Hey, there's Matt. Hi, Matt.
That's tired.
Ryan's tired too. It's okay.
Oh, that's nice. Nice fit, man. Looks gooder. I don't care who you are. It looks good. Let's go down and see what I got done. All right, while we get to hear Ryan about fall down the steps, all the wires are in. Wire fed. All the wires are in. Wire fed. 12-3 down to the rafter cavities below us to be able to put our 3-way switch down at the bottom. Our 12-2 for our bedroom, notched in, installed up through the rim joist. That's the first cavity we're going to go to, so I got to get the bracket mounted, and then daisy chain, daisy chain, daisy chain, daisy chain. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate you.
One of these days we're going to get out here at a decent hour.
Now, we got several days of not getting out of here at decent hours yet there, bud. Yeah, like that floor and the floor below it and the pool.
The pool's going to have to be a decent hour.
No, I have work lights. We just haven't really pulled out the work lights that many times yet.
Yeah.
Anywho, I'm getting tired. I've been hacking my head off. It's been a long day already. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and please share away.
Don't forget to drive fast and turn left. That's how they do it in NASCAR. I'm in a hurry.